Tim, your topic.
Okay, it's going to be another walk-in one. Not Christopher Walken.
It's fine.
damn it.
What's
Yeah.
the topic? Tim.
All right, so last night I was with my girlfriend, and we were driving from my house to her house, which means we had to drive down 19th Avenue.
Yeah.
19th Avenue is not a highway, but it's like it's kind of like a how would you guys describe it? It's a 3-lane.
It's just a really big road.
You're not allowed to really like turn left on it, so it's one of the roads in San Francisco that's designed for driving down and going through quickly.
For the record,
Yeah.
it's 6 lanes. You count all the lanes, not 3 lanes. Not
Sorry, it's 3 lanes per direction.
One lane got hosed.
Just,
They're like,
I'm not being a jerk. I'm just trying to clarify.
Okay, so it's
Wait, I gotta stop you just for a second. That's not how you describe a highway. You don't count.
A 2-lane highway on a.
You say the highway's 5 lanes. It's inferred that it's one side of the highway,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's valid.
I don't know.
I just didn't want you to be
never thought
attacked for
about
no
that
reason.
I mean, I would
amazing.
describe it as a 3-lane street.
Okay.
Anyways, so it's 3 lanes, and you just kind of go down. I've driven down this road my entire life, or at least whether I was on a bus or not, for the people that are giving me shit. So, driving down this goddamn street.
Who's giving you shit over there?
He's just
The,
preemptive.
the audience. I'm sure there's going to be somebody like, oh, you've been driving
She's
since
not
you were
giving you
born?
shit. She's fine.
Oh, hey. Hello. James' girlfriend's over there. James' girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
All right. So, we're driving, and it's nighttime. And then all of a sudden, I just hear this, vroom, vroom, this fucking car just starts going crazy and like zigzagging in and out of stuff. And so instantly, me and my girlfriend, we're talking, and we're just like, hey, so we're in Fast and Furious right now. Like, this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted this. Took about 2 seconds for me to be like, I've never wanted this. I want out. I want out right now. Because this guy was just zigzagging between everything. And we're like, all right, he's going to be gone. We're going to be good. But the problem with 19th Avenue,
No, you keep
lot of
catching up
traffic.
to him. You keep catching up to
if
him.
you don't hit it at the exact right time to get all green
Mm-hmm.
lights, you're just going to keep hitting reds. And this guy and us were stuck in that. Then all of a sudden, he starts racing some motherfucker. So there's 2 cars racing down 19th, getting stuck at every red light because there's too many cars in front of them, so they can't zigzag that fast. So now I'm stuck literally in Han's death scene in Tokyo
Oh my
Drift.
God.
It's
And
the
I'm just
worst,
like,
heartbreaking.
holy crap. And it went from super cool to super scary. Then a 3rd car got involved. And that is when I was like, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Because that car, we're like, is this really happening right now? And I look over, the car's license plate was
Daihan.
one. It was like 11L, a capital LL 11LL whatever. So it's like it all looked, or not capital capital I is what I meant to say, to just like confuse cops.
Oh, interesting.
And I was
Smart.
like, he's a fucking like legit racer. This is some crazy
It's
shit.
Racer X right there.
Yeah, it was
man.
clever.
It was
That's
fucking
clever.
scary, man. I was just like, damn, we were gonna die. We didn't die, but eventually we, when we got towards her house, we just saw a shit ton of cop lights, and just 2 of the dudes were like pulled over. But
No
the
shit.
Fucking 11L
One
Racer
L,
X
another
one.
one.
He got away. He
That
got away.
motherfucker, he's out there somewhere.
Like it was either
He's the real DK.
1111 LLLL or some combination of that and eyes.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's like, oh, that guy. But then again, it's like, I was thinking about this a lot. It's like, that's a good idea, but it's also, I feel like you're going to get pulled over before you even do anything wrong because you're an asshole.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, okay. That's a very unnecessary story that I just felt the need to say.
Now,
To
my
say
real
that-
My
topic
topic
is-
is groceries.
so we drove to her house, which now is the segue to this.
Right.
I go into her house and I look down and she has the Kim Kardashian selfie book. And I was like,
Okay.
interesting. And it was a present for her little sister who's just graduating high school. And she got her that and she got her some poetry books. So it's like a little bit of,
Sweet and sour.
High art and
you get
low art.
the sweet and sour. Exactly. It's just like, it's symbolic of graduating high school. So I'll start looking at this book because
The poetry
human
book or the
being.
Kim Kardashian? Never mind, I know the answer. to that.
Exactly,
Continue.
right? Exactly,
Continue.
right? So I'm looking at it, and literally all it is it's a book of her selfies. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
No, I'm unfamiliar.
Really? Oh, man. Okay.
Sorry to offend you.
She released a book that's just her selfies. And I started skimming through it, and it's like they're all there. The leaked naked pictures, she fucking was like, I'm fucking making money off of this. All the black pages are like the fun ones. So it's like, okay, cool. There's a shit ton of selfies in this book. And I'm looking through, I'm like, this is not interesting at all. Instantly thought, me and Nick need to sell a selfie book. That's going to be one of my goals, is to
First
sell a
thing I
selfie
thought.
book. This is fucking genius.
Yeah.
Then I was like, wait a minute. We can make an audiobook of our selfie book. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And I was like, we should make an audiobook of the Kim Kardashian selfie book where we just describe to people each picture.
Yeah.
This is, oh my God, this is
That's
the best
smart.
fucking idea ever. So my topic is, what are the worst ideas you've ever had?
That's a great transition.
Christ.
What did the racing have to do with any of that?
I thought,
Getting to the house.
like, it seemed like the racing story could have led to this exact same topic.
What?
Because it was a bad decision for that guy to do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. No.
Are you going to do this Kim Kardashian video?
I don't know. I mean, now it's less about doing that because I've slept over the idea. I've thought about it a bit, and I've decided maybe it's not the best idea.
I don't know. You and Nick are reading through
But
like
then again,
the camera on you, and you have the book, and you describe what you're
It is-
seeing.
so it
Like a
it
bedtime
reminded
story?
me.
One
One of my
steal this book because I'm not paying for it. I'm not buying this book. We gotta steal it.
one of my favorite YouTube videos is by Team Genius. These like old school YouTube dudes, and one dude's sitting on a couch, and the other guy's reading a Batman comic, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I wish I could read it." He's like, "Oh, sorry, I only got one. Here, I'll read aloud." So he reads the comic book aloud, which doesn't work because there's pictures.
Portillo. God damn it.
Almost took the whole
thing down.
He took the entire Matrix with him almost just now.
But he sits there and he describes each panel. He's like, yeah, and then there's a shadowy figure that drops. Oh, next panel, it's the Batman. It is the Batman. That's hilarious. But yeah, if we did that, I think it'd be good. It'd be funny. But what I really want to do is sell a selfie book of us.
I really want it to be a bedtime story.
Like
I think it
a
would be-
bedtime
yeah.
story told by selfies. I just want us to get on a New York Times bestseller list.
Oh, I definitely want that.
And
The
just
selfie book isn't the one that's going to do it, guys.
I think it might be. And it's going to be social commentary.
Is this Kim Kardashian book on the bestseller list?
I'm sure it was.
Sure it was.
Okay.
She has a lot of
How
fans.
old is it? How old is it?
I've never heard of it though. That's the
There's-
craziest
you,
thing.
You really haven't heard of it? You?
I'm
I
surprised.
don't know shit about this
I'm,
woman.
I'm gonna call my wife. Literally, gonna call my wife when we leave this table, and be like, "Why didn't you tell me about this? You're fired."
Yeah.
Whoa.
man.
Fired
She's
as
gonna
your
be like this,
wife?
Go fuck yourself. I'm taking half your money. I'm like, no, I love you so much.
Yeah.
You're like,
I love
half
you
zero,
so
still
much.
zero.
You
Hang up
can't
real
take
quick.
half of it. She's like, I got half.
Anyway, so this is our worst decisions. What are
Not
bad,
decisions. It's like what
Ideas.
bad ideas?
Yeah, I guess the topic is more just ideas. Are there ideas that you've had, whether they're good or bad, that you're like,
Last weekend, I was around a couple friends, and the father and the kid all had man buns, and I thought for 1 second, maybe I should grow a man bun. But I dismissed that idea pretty quickly because you have to actually have like pretty full hair for that even to be pulled off. You can't have a receding hairline and have a man bun. I just don't think it's gonna work.
There was a time where I had a steady job, and 3 of my friends were like, "We should quit and make
Yeah.
YouTube videos all day." And I'm like, "That's a good idea."
Yeah.
You're like, I'm sure we won't run out of topics for the one podcast we do.
Yeah.
I wore
like
jean
it.
shorts all the way through college.
Yeah, that's.
I did too.
We got to bring out some more of your
cargo
pictures at some
shorts.
point.
Oh, there's
Did
hundreds
they
of
get
them.
any better than the ones that we showed already?
I showed pretty much I think the gems.
The one where you look like Rosie O'Donnell?
Yeah. Remember, somebody tried to insult me. I've never told this story on the air. Somebody tried to insult me once, but oh, you look like Rosie O'Donnell. When this is a photo I put up or whatever, I'm like, I don't care. I love at Rosie, and at Rosie followed me, so you can all go fuck yourself. I'm getting followed by Rosie O'Donnell. What are you doing with your life? I hope your kids and
Trying
wife
to
are
get
cool.
followed by Ellen
or Ricky Lake?
or Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake's hot.
Ricky
that out
Lake
there.
was hot. Remember Ricky Lake was an actress.
Yep. Before she had
Her show, and she was like somewhat obese and stuff like that, and she was like, right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
she,
you think
and
Hairspray,
then-
Hairspray.
Yeah, Hairspray. That's a good example. And then she was like, really lovable, kind of nice actress. And then she had her show, and she like, I don't know if she had surgery or just slimmed down.
I
want to
say she did do the gastric bypass.
because Carney Wilson also did the gastric,
Right,
and
right.
she also had a show.
Yeah,
But
that's
but
right.
Ricky Lake had
Jesus.
her show in the '90s. I used to love Ricky Lake, because my mom used to love it. I used to watch it with her when she was like folding the laundry or whatever she was doing, and Ricky Lake was special. But then Ricky Lake disappeared off the face of the planet. We never saw her again.
I think
Made her
she,
money and ran.
Yeah,
Ricky
I,
Lake.
I often wonder about that.
About
do,
Ricky
because-
Lake?
No, just about
At least once
celebrities.
a day.
I mean, obviously, there's a number of reasons why celebrities kind of fade out of mainstream culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
But specifically, I was thinking about Christian Slater the other day because he's kind of making a comeback. I was thinking about it because I'm reading
out of money.
Queen of the Damned for no reason. Like I said, I just found a copy of it outside of my apartment. I'm like, I'll read this. Never read a Vampire Chronicles book. Maybe have seen Interview with a Vampire twice. So I kind of have a little bit
Great movie.
Great movie, but there's 3 books in between that and Queen of the Damned. So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but I'm keeping reading it. Anyway, his character comes back in that. And I'm like, what happened to Christian Slater, right? Like, because he went away for a while, and now he's on, like, Archer, and he's on 2 or 3 other TV shows and stuff like that.
He was one of those guys who had a bunch of different shows, like, pop up on ABC or NBC, and then just get canceled.
Yeah, but that was recently. That was in the last, like, 5 years. So what happened between, like, his last big hit, like, pump up the volume, right? And then, like... There's like a 10-year gap. Was it substance abuse? Was it like, could he just really not get a gig? I find it hard to believe that Christian Slater wasn't getting gigs.
I think some people just want to stop working. I mean, like, I think that, like, Ricky Lake's a good example. Who the hell knows what really happened with Ricky Lake? But
I don't know.
Ricky Lake had a talk show for 8 years. She probably made $15-20 million plus. And then you're like, all right, I'm done.
Maybe she's like, I'm going to be a mom, I'm going to have kids and just hang out.
Yeah, like I feel like I think there are
that.
people that grind and like to work, like to act, like to do all those things. And then I think there are guys that you see come and go, and they're like, I'm fine. Like I always talk about this just with Greg McElroy, who was a Jets quarterback. He only played in like one game, and he was only on the Jets for like 2 years, and he was 24. And he's like, I'm done. You know, and I think we talked about this on the show. Where he's like, he got his $800,000 or whatever, and he doesn't want to. He knows he's never going to play. He's probably going to get cut at some point, so he retired. And he took his money. He's just like, I'm done now, and I'm gonna go do something else, like start a business or whatever. So I think that people do that in all walks of life, you know. And I think it's just easier for an actor like Christian Slater made millions of dollars. Like maybe Christian Slater doesn't really need to work.
No, and after his highly publicized brushes with the law, Slater's standing as a major movie star began to fade. This is in 2000. You're with this in 2000. Slater married Ryan Haddon, the daughter of the 70s model, somebody we don't know. The couple had 2 children. It's great. Nobody cares. In 2003, Haddon was arrested for assaulting Slater at a Hard Rock Cafe while on a trip in Las Vegas.
Why were they at a Hard Rock Cafe?
That's why I don't go to Hard Rock Cafes anymore.
Haddon allegedly threw a glass bottle and gashed Slater's neck open.
Oh.
Slater had to get 20 stitches in his neck. They announced their separation. Yeah.
It doesn't say that he really did anything
that's
wrong.
Why it's weird.
He might just
here's his arrests and convictions.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, he's got a whole bunch. 89, 94, 97.
That's when he was still big, though. So 2005 is when...
What's the 2005 one?
2005, Slater was arrested in Manhattan, New York, after he allegedly sexually harassed a woman on the street. A video of Slater being arrested was recorded and shown on television. Slater was charged with third-degree sexual abuse and was held at the 19th Precinct in Manhattan. Charges were later dropped on the condition that Slater kept out of trouble for 6 months.
Only for 6 months. Go ahead and do something in 7 months.
Right. Your month is 6 months, 1 day, you're good. So that's probably substance abuse.
It's the traditional thing where he didn't stop making movies. You stopped watching him for some reason, but his career, he has a couple movies a year here.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying is like, I guess that's true. I guess that it's all relative because now that like Netflix is things like Netflix and Amazon Prime and all these video services are like proliferating, you're starting to see where I saw a movie the other day. I was like, when the fuck did Bruce Willis, John, like, or not John Lithgow, like Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, and who's the guy from Grosse Point Blank?
John Cusack.
John Cusack's in like 50 movies a year. I'm like, when did they do a movie together? And it's just on. You start watching it, you're like, oh, this is terrible. That's why it never got in theaters.
Yeah.
But these guys do, like Morgan Freeman and Bruce Willis do a ton of movies. But what's the last Bruce Willis movie you saw in theaters?
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Maybe G.I. Joe 2? You can call that
You can call that a movie.
I certainly wouldn't.
Yeah, but it's pretty fascinating. But like in terms of Ricky Lake, yeah, it would be fascinating to be like what happened. Because 9 out of 10 times it's probably, hey, I was super rich, and Greg's going back to Wikipedia. I was super rich, and I got into drugs, and I had to cool out for like a decade, and then now I'm trying to mount a comeback, right?
I just think it's more like I just feel like if you're in a situation like that, you're just financially smart, you could just hit a few movies, and get some points on maybe some of those movies, and just be done. And maybe you just don't love the acting that much.
That's true, and my wife has said that. Where my wife grew up in L.A. and she worked for a very popular dance troupe, so she's been in films. And I often asked her, I'm like, why did you quit? And she's like, well, I worked in Hollywood as a dancer in TV and film for the better part of like 10 years. And she's like, and after a certain point, I just didn't want to do it anymore. It's hard on my body. It's hard going out on audition after audition and getting rejected, or it's even harder when you get the job and it's fun, but nothing's fun after 18 hours. Like everything you do ceases to be fun on the third day of an 18-hour day where you're like, I can't see straight and I have to physically be on point. Physically, I have to do something. So she's like, yeah, I just got worn down. My body just quit out on me. And I'm like, I get that. So acting is probably the same thing. If you're not like a huge celebrity, I can understand why you're like, I'm kind of done with this. But like, I don't know. There's just a part of me that says if I hit that all-important Ricky Lake status, You know,
That's the goal.
Yeah, Ricky.
that
Ricky
I
likes
would never let
status.
that go.
I think there was a film or a documentary. I can't remember what it's about. It's about bit actors, about guys like that you know or women that you know,
yeah.
but that you wouldn't be able to name them. But they're in like a bunch of movies, and they all live really well too. Like
Yeah.
they've never had a leading role in anything.
Oh, no,
and like
that's-
they just do their thing and they just make their money and they bounce.
For the record, same thing with Ricky Lake. She just kept going. You just weren't watching.
No, she's never did stuff.
She did her show from 93 to 2004.
Oh wow, I didn't know it was on that long.
Yeah, and then 2006 to 2010 are other projects. She was she went on to host CBS's limited series Game Show Marathon, which recreated classic game shows with celebrity contestants. I'm surprised you weren't a big fan.
I would have been if I'd have known it was happening. I don't watch Channel 2 from the
October
hours of 1 o'clock to 2
2007, Lake
p.m. every day.
appeared in the Lifetime movie Matters of Life and Dating.
Yeah, but
Clear.
okay, if you're doing Lifetime movies, no, I'm not bashing Lifetime movies because
You're
my
about
goal,
to.
hopefully one day, is that they make the Kind of Funny Lifetime movie, and you get Harry Connick Jr. and you can be Rosie O'Donnell.
Thank you.
But that's not exactly mainstream, right? You're not doing Hairspray like with John Travolta, and it's not being released theatrically across 5,000 screens. So like,
Well,
there's
she was in
something.
Hairspray.
What's that?
She had in the recreation of Hairspray.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. She was with John Travolta, was in that as well. She was in Hairspray. Like she did that movie, but like it's weird to look at people's careers and go like you think that like, oh, you're a AAA actor or you're an A-list actor, you're gonna stay on top of the world forever, but it's just not the case. Like Christian Slater in the late 80s and early 90s was the shit. Like he's Christian Slater, man. Like you're like, oh, he's a huge celebrity. He was in every magazine. Like he was dating, like he dated every hot actress that was kind of, you know, you could tell had drug problems. I guess that starts to answer my own question. Ish. But, you know, it's just fascinating that people fade away a little bit. Specifically, I was watching The Client the other day, and this is another one where I was like, oh, this movie's great. What happened
is
to
a great
Brad Renfro? Remember Brad Renfro? He was in a couple movies,
Nope.
and you're like, this kid's awesome. He's a great actor. And I was like, God, he must have just quit acting. No, it turns out he died of a heroin overdose.
Damn.
So there's that.
Classic Brad Renfro.
Classic Renfro.
Jesus Christ, that's a good movie though.
It's a good movie.
What was the topic?
It doesn't matter
Bad
anymore.
ideas.
It's
Bad
over.
ideas.
Bad idea / Ricky
it.
Lake.
Yeah, you just put
Just
Christian
take a picture of
Slater.
Ricky Lake.
Christian
Yeah.
Slater and Ricky Lake's worst ideas is the topic. The
Put
headline
a
there
picture
for
of
that.
Carney Wilson on there too.
Coming from the tech standpoint, I get pitched a lot of ideas for like people to like help them or whatever it is. And we have this game where we just combine random buzzwords and try to make apps out of it, or say it's the blank for blank.
Oh.
So it'd be like it's like the Facebook for Uber.
Uh-huh.
Just like with different companies. It literally makes no sense.
No, but it sounds really.
That sounds like a
You know,
fucking
but
good
I'll
one.
tell
every
you-
once in a while though, right? That does make sense. Like, oh, it's the Airbnb for, I don't know,
Uber?
For
Prostitutes.
Uber, yeah.
For prostitutes.
I will say this.
everything's Uber.
The Facebook for Uber is actually kind of a genius idea, and here's why. I had my first experience the other day with Uber Pool. Now, I have taken Uber Pool before, but I've never been matched with someone that gave a fuck. You know, it was like the guy's like, hey, that's it, we go. But when we were on the way to the live event rehearsal, I got an Uber Pool, and there was a girl there, and I could tell was like quasi interested. She was like, hey, where are you going? I'm so-and-so. Introduce yourself. We talked the entire way there. And so I like know a ton of stuff about this girl. I know where she works, how long she's been there,
Yeah.
what she's doing tonight.
Yada yada yada.
Like,
Nick's getting a divorce.
no, yada yada. My wife left me. But so a social media network
No, I mean,
specifically for that is hilarious.
So that's a thing.
That
Is
is
that
a
really?
Uber
yeah.
Pool is used for dating.
No, Uber Pool is 100% used for dating. It's
not what it was made for.
But
Let's
also
back
no,
up
but
the
there's an
stats.
app that people, it's like misconnections specifically from Uber and Lyft and all that
Oh,
stuff.
that's so funny. That's
And
so
it's
funny.
Beautiful.
Yeah, interesting.
Tim, that was a good topic.
Thank you.
So good it was sponsored. Loot Crate is helping us out pay the bills once again. You can head over to lootcrate.com/KF and enter the code KF to save $3 on your new subscription. Of course, we do these unboxings every so often. We have them floating around. I enjoy the Loot Crate. It has
Yeah,
a lot of cool
last
things
month
in it.
they had a fucking badass Power Ranger shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, I really
You
like
want to know
it.
about the next
take
one?
it?
Huh? Yeah, what is the next one?
The next one is cyber.
Cyber.
And you know what cyber means.
What's it mean?
What comes next after cyber?
You know what I'm thinking, but what are you thinking, Greg?
June's theme is cyber. This month, Loot Crate invites you to join the cyber revolution with an assortment of cool, tech-themed... Hey, this is like you. Like you. Tech-themed collectibles from a wide array of awesome franchises. It's a self-aware singularity-fueled... That sounds terrifying. Singularity-fueled celebration of all the robots, androids, cyborgs, and programs gone mad, bent on our annihilation. And the few who keep fighting the good fight to save us.
That's
Colin, this
weird.
sounds like our nightmare.
That's exactly what I was thinking after the word cyber.
Oh, yeah, well, so you're
Yeah,
thinking of
that was
synergy? Okay, great. Good to know that the singularity was immediately what jumped in. Okay, cool. They're going to have exclusive items from Terminator Genesis, Borderlands 2, and more, including an exclusive t-shirt you won't find anywhere else. So go to lootcrate.com/KF and enter the code KF to get $3 off a new subscription. Thank you, Loot Crate, for continuing to help
Thank you,
Kind of
Loot
Funny
Crate.
grow. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is another episode of the Game Over Greg show.
Yeah.
Are you trying to think
Show
of
us
this?
twice.
I blacked out. I blacked out.
I
for a
have
part
you all
there.
the time.
I blacked out for a second there.
only
James,
do
thank you
two
for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
So
for
what's
having me.
happening? You're working on the forums. You've been working on the app.
Yep.
Big question: what's happening with the Android part?
Yep.
And when are we getting mods? That's what everybody goddamn asks us.
Mods takes 2 seconds. So
All right,
I'll
we should
do
get some
that
mods.
right now. I just didn't know who to upgrade the accounts for, but that'll be
Zyger?
done way before then.
That was my bad. We told him now.
As far as the Android app goes, when is this airing?
That'll go up on our Patreon on Friday.
Friday. The Android app may be live by then.
Yay!
Yay.
Maybe live.
Maybe's the key word.
Maybe. Hopefully.
We're not promising you anything. Okay.
Kevin says it looks good. He's the only one who cares about Android.
Yeah. This is all for Kevin.
Except, of course, Kevin on his phone, he has to hack his own phone just to start it.
That
That's
true?
how bad his Android phone is.
It's not bad. I hacked it. It's stop. It's rooted.
It's rooted.
It's
like a
rooted.
tree?
Yeah, just like
But it's a phone.
That's
got a
awesome.
custom firmware.
Are you still enjoying talking into your watch to send text messages?
Okay, Google.
Text messages like this one. Hey, Greg, I forgot my Starbucks in your house. Keys cost up for me, please. Then resends it. Hey, Greg, I forgot my Starbucks in your house. Keys cost up for me, please.
Because it sends it like 5 times.
So,
I like to imagine he did it again and it just said the exact same fucking thing.
and you still hit send with that.
Yeah,
thing,
he's like, I don't give a shit. Whatever.
Remember,
So-
you can get the app right now if you get a real phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's known as.
Works on your iPad, too. You bring it over there.
So yeah, so we're working on that, and then got some other cool things we'll be working on.
All right,
Yeah.
great. Well, thank you
Excited.
so much for your help, James.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you so
for
much.
being a best friend.
Of course.
And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being a best friend. Remember, this is the Game Over Greggy show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather around this table.
You son of a bitch.
I like getting you
son
all
of
in
a
the trap.
bitch.
Ah, dang, 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 dang.
Thank you for doing a giant Venus flytrap for everyone that's listening at home. He went like this. Oh, I did the same thing.
Damn it.
Patreon.com/kindafunny.
Thank you, Nick.
Or topic by topic, day by day on youtube.com/kindafunny before we post the whole thing as a podcast and video for your amusement. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.
I'm not sitting by Greg anymore.
You got nowhere to
I'm
go.
not sitting by him anymore.